She extreme on my metal till I'm mainstream. A little bit of a Gen Z humor there. Sorry, millennials. Yeah, sorry for the lack of Harry Potter references and men that just suck. You know those guys, those millennial dudes? You know what I think about a lot? I think about the future of music. Music is very defined by culture. Let's look back at the late 60s. Everything is just fucking going out of control. What happens to music? Music kind of goes out of control a little bit. Now, I'm not just sitting here saying, oh, shit's so crazy right now, the metal's gonna come in. Trump just got shot. Lorna Shore is gonna be at the top of the charts. I'm not saying that, okay? It's just, it leads us into something that has shifted in all of our personalities, which has to do with social media, and that is being comfortable showing your weird side, which we got to stop doing a little bit. This is getting ridiculous. I'm 23. I'm a fucking child. Even when I was growing up, it was fucking weird that I listened to metal. That was a thing back in the day. The fact that I was like kind of fighting it. I was fighting the fact that I was like, I kind of like this and not Future. That wouldn't be that weird anymore. Comparative to furries, and it ain't that weird anymore, buddy. Like, it's just not. I do like Future. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like Future. I listen to Fuck Up Some Commas every now and again. It's a good song. What I need you guys to understand about this video is there's not just one big thing that's gonna make metal take off into the stratosphere. It's gonna be a bunch of little tiny things that work together. That's how anything big happens. It's never one thing causes this thing to happen. It's a bunch of little bitty things that happen all together. So in this video, I don't have one big thing. It's a bunch of little baby things that I'm gonna get to. Like, one thing is that I think metal has this potential to become a big trend. You know what I mean? Like a big TikTok trend. I listen to extreme metal, I'm fucking cool. All that has to happen is it needs to become like a sub-trend in the gym community that, hey, I like to listen to Shadow of Intent while I'm in the gym. It's simple sociology. You know, a lot of gym bros already listen to deathcore in the gym. That and maybe like some hardcore EDM. That actually brings me over into my next point. Hardcore EDM and metal are the fucking exact same thing. The reason you listen to them is for the exact same emotion. It's extreme. Extreme music is like a drug, whatever genre it may be. You always end up just wanting something heavy. Hardstyle, EDM, fucking rave, ecstasy-taking, stinky dudes, they might hear the breakdown to Winter by Disembodied Tyrant and maybe eat that shit up. Maybe that's a little bit too heavy for them right off the bat, but there's something metal that they would hear and go, that's what I was looking for. Oh, but yeah, we just have a bunch of rave bros coming into the metal community. That's nothing crazy. You're forgetting another thing. How did you get into extreme metal? I got into extreme metal because my fucking dad would play the Black Album and maybe some Iron Maiden songs in the truck when I was 6 years old. Maybe you heard Before I Forget on that Guitar Hero game and you really just got into Slipknot from there. Either way, you started out with something light like that, and then slowly you get the drug. And if extreme music is the drug, there's a lot of bad influences, a lot of dealers just handing this shit out right now. The internet is what I'm talking about. The internet changes everything. You think back in the day, people used to go to the record store and see some album that they've never seen from a band that they've never heard of and go, I'm gonna spend $10 on that. No. But now you go on Spotify, you see, this song is suggested to me. And now you're listening to it. See how easy that is? Makes it a lot easier for a weird, obscure band to get in the ears of the youth. Bands like Sleep Token. Sleep Token has this thing where they have like half of their sound is very TikTok acceptable, so that their songs can blow up on TikTok. The other half is an 8-string guitar riff, whatever it might be. All it would take is for someone to really like that part, go on Reddit. Are there any other bands that maybe have that same sound throughout the duration of their song? Yes, there are. Why hasn't metal become mainstream yet because of that? For one thing, that takes a very long time. For another thing, it's gonna take a lot more bands that sound like Sleep Token and do that same kind of thing, which will happen. That's what it takes. It takes slowly introducing people to this more extreme side of music through stuff that they already like, and that's what bands are about to start doing a lot. It'll probably just be a band that sounds like Sleep Token, but just a guy that has a more likable voice. I want to make it known that this is all theoretical, and a lot of it, there's a lot of holes in the plot, you know what I mean? And I'm probably wrong. probably very wrong. And in 5 years from now, you're gonna watch this video, and I will have just been wrong. You know what I do know? I know how to play guitar really fucking well, actually. And I think, you know what I think? I think you need a guitar lesson. I think you should take a guitar lesson with me. $30 guitar lessons from your boy online. You just send me an email, unclejudy.lessons@gmail.com. $30 fucking dollars. I'm going bet your ass on these prices. But that brings me over to the next part of this video, which is why it probably won't happen. Let me just kind of speed run a few points I have here. The first one is groove. You guys need to understand that most people that aren't musicians, don't really listen to metal, they need a bit of groove in their music. That's why reggaeton beats got so huge for a minute. It's so easy to dance to. Let's look at the danciest form of metal, Lamb of God, Pantera. The Wage War even has some groove metal tracks. All you can do is headbang to it, which is just as good. The normies don't really want that. They want something you can fucking get sexual with the person in front of you to. People who aren't into music do not view music the same way as you do as a musician or someone who's just really into music. It's just a fucking background noise, okay? And like, you might as well be able to dance to that background noise if you wanted to. It's a matter of getting very normal people into it, and that could almost be done if it wasn't for my last point, gatekeepers. These are the guys that have been watching this entire video just fucking pissed off, looking for any reason that I might be wrong, which I probably am. But let's say you're an average person who heard a Sleep Token song on TikTok, and you really like that heavy part, so you go to Reddit and you ask, is there any fucking, you know. Guy who said, Sleep Token's not real metal, go fuck yourself. That was a metal gatekeeper, and he probably made you never want to listen to metal again. This is the reason people don't get into cars. I like cars a lot. I don't make it my whole personality like a lot of car guys, but I really like cars. When I was a young 18-year-old man, I was kind of afraid to get into cars because the community online is fucking insane. It's just a bunch of fucking losers, a bunch of dudes that just really hate their lives and want to feel a sense of power somewhere. This is the same thing as metal gatekeepers. It's a very similar community. Now as a 23-year-old man, my frontal cortex is getting a little bit more formed, and I don't give a fuck what anyone thinks. Most people that get into metal are young, dude. They're like 14 to 16. That's a kid, dude. A 16-year-old has no idea what the fuck is going on. And then they got some 30-year-old on Reddit telling them they suck because they think Sleep Token's metal, all this bullshit. They're not gonna get into metal. They're gonna go back to listening to Future. I don't think any 16-year-olds are listening to Future. Maybe that, oh yeah, he just released that song with Kendrick. That was the start of the Drake beef. That's right.